Good evening. I was watching this documentary some time ago, and part of it was the Catholic Church. Now, I'm not a fan of the Catholic Church or any religion, any organized religion. I believe religion is a personal matter, and when people come in, they make up rules and turns into dogma, and then it goes weird and bad. See, that's what I believe. Now, as I was watching this documentary, I realized something. Now, the Catholic Church, they have confessions. And that's good, I believe. I think so. Because when people did something they are embarrassed about and they come clean about it, they will often feel better. Right? So I think this is good, what they do. And then there's another thing that the Catholic Church is doing. And maybe I'm a bit impressed with this thing, because they do exorcisms. No, I'm just impressed with it, that they understand this thing. They know that there's something going on, and they have this method of dealing with it, you know? And this was part of the documentary. So it was about this young boy, 12 years old, I believe. He got possessed by a demon. And the parents, especially the mother, called in the Catholic Church to perform an exorcism. And they said in the documentary that these Catholic priests, they are not happy to do these things because it's rough. And then they showed it, right, how they did it. And then I understood why it's rough for these priests, because they are doing it wrong. Right. They are doing two things wrong, and I'll tell you about it. Now, this is according to me. You believe what you want, of course, but this is my experience. So what they did wrong was this. First of all, they told the so-called demon to leave the body. They went on and on and on about it, right? Screaming and shouting, you know, and they used crucifixes and water. Right? Now that's very, very tough, because there is a spirit, the original spirit. Where is that spirit? See, you need to call that spirit back first. The only reason the demon, the so-called demon, can possess the body is because the original spirit lost lost interest, or started to withdraw totally, or to some extent, see? And then that so-called demon came in. So if you don't do this, it's gonna get very, very tough. I'm sure. So that's what they do wrong. And then there's another thing they do wrong, and it's this. They consider the so-called demon to be altogether evil, which is not true. So they have the wrong idea about what they are dealing with from the beginning. See, it's just a very, very confused spirit. And once upon a time, it was perfectly fine. It got confused, very confused, and then it decided to be evil. That's what happened. And then it said, yeah, I'm going to do evil things only. So that's what they do. But it's not the truth, it's a lie. See? So, and then if you don't understand this thing, I get it. It can get very, very tough. And what happens if you manage to get that so-called demon out of the body? It's still bad, isn't it? And it can attach itself to a priest or anyone. The problem still exists. So I get it. These priests, they don't like doing these things because they are doing it wrong. Right. Another thing that I got confirmed in the documentary was that that little boy, 12-year-old boy, he got poisoned by the mother. Right. The mother, who was a hardcore fanatic Catholic, she gave her family sleeping pills every day in the food. She made it into a liquid and put it in the food. And she had her own food, She was crazy, this lady. But she thought it was a good idea. They went sleepy and tired, and they went to sleep. Perfect, according to her. And of course, this confirmed what I have observed. In order for a so-called demon to come in, the original spirit have to sort of withdraw first. And this is what happens. If you poison the body, that will be the effect. The spirit will withdraw to some extent or totally. It can die. See, the body will die. So, and my advice to you, if you want it, I don't know, is to stay away from drugs and alcohol. You do what you want, of course, but that's my advice. Because this is an effect of this. See, you lose control over your system to some extent, and other things can come in. You heard about this. I'm sure you observed it. People getting drunk, very drunk. Can be a shift in personality, right? Have you seen this? And people on drugs, wow. They can be totally gone and act like zombies. Yeah. And do very bad things, of course. So, that's my advice. This culture is really crazy. This culture we live in. Drinking is perfectly fine, and doing drugs is cool. See? Crazy stuff. All right. Be good.